Ladies, I am here tonight on the show. The first thing I do want to say is once again say, starting tonight, all the live stream hangouts will be on TikTok. The handle is at CE Show. That's the handle, no sports, just at CE Show. At CE Show. Due to I feel YouTube doesn't send notifications out unless you only do like one video a day. So since the live streams are super late at night, and most of you are already probably sleeping, I'm like, it's kind of a waste of notification. You guys are not going to watch the stream. So I'm just going to try to focus on pulling it back a little bit, taking my foot off the gas pedal when it comes to YouTube. So then the small amount of times that I do make videos, there's a better chance the notification goes out, so you guys can watch those videos instead of getting a one in the morning notification where you guys are not even going to watch it. So that's why I'm switching those over to TikTok. Anyways, let's get ready for this wrestling show here tonight on a Wednesday. Today is a news day, ladies and gentlemen. It is a news day. What the hell is happening, ladies and gentlemen? It is a freaking news day. We are having problems getting this stuff. All right, there we go. Okie dokie, here we go. So here, the first news is that Mercedes Mone only expected to be in New Japan for a little bit. You know, she made her debut, I believe, on January 17 at Wrestle Kingdom, and she's going to make her wrestling debut and her match debut, I believe, February 18 at the Battle of the Valley in San Francisco, San Jose. But then they're saying that she might do a few other matches with New Japan. But after that, they're expecting her to possibly leave and join a different company. Many people believe it will be AEW, but also now apparently Mickie James from TNA Impact has started to recruit her, saying, "I would love to have a match with Mone Mercedes. I never got to have a match with her when she was Sasha Banks. Now that she's Mone Mercedes, I would love to have a match with her." So Mickie James recruiting Mone Mercedes to TNA Impact. We'll see what happens, but a lot of people are saying that eventually the plan is to move on from New Japan after a few matches, and most likely the favorite is to head to AEW. Maybe they're saying possible either, if not in March for Revolution, maybe in May for Double or Nothing. That's what many people believe. She will either debut at Revolution in March or at Double or Nothing in May. So we'll see which one she debuts for. We'll see what happens, man. Mercedes Mone could be AEW bound or possibly TNA bound. We'll see. They're saying that Brian Cage contract is set to expire with AEW and that he could be leaving. They don't know yet. He was actually surprised the last time they renewed his contract. But now it's going to be done again. And now they're expecting it could be possible he could head to WWE. But a lot of people are wondering, yeah, he's big, he's strong, but does he even have the personality to work in WWE? A lot of people believe he would maybe start off hot, especially saying, "Oh, we got a guy from AEW buying Cage," but eventually he will probably end up in catering, finishing other. That was quoted by a wrestling reporter. He would probably finish all their freaking chicken and rice. Jesus Christ, man! Because he doesn't seem like a WWE main eventer. He has the frame, but lacks the personality to ever really be considered a main eventer. So a lot of people are saying that WWE might not be the best idea for Brian Cage due to its lack of microphone skills. And obviously in WWE, if you don't have the microphone skills, you're not going to never be a true main eventer. Maybe, we'll see, but Brian Cage contract with AEW expected to finish up soon, and we'll see what happens, whether he resigns with AEW, goes to WWE, or something else. We'll see, something to keep in mind. They're saying Raw got his best. Wait, no. Let me go to this first. Mark Briscoe will finally be able to have a match for the first time in Dynamite. Warner Bros. Finally decided to lift the ban of the Briscoes. Obviously, a lot had to do with them passing away. They were banned from Warner Media for about 10 years. Even last week, they still wouldn't let them do the tribute show. But I'm guessing they got a lot of they got a lot of backlash on it. And I think they said, you know what? Yeah, we're mad at them. That was 10 years ago, and the one of them already passed away. And like I said, in the future, TV negotiations comes up, and another network comes in and offers a similar deal to what Warner Bros. Is paying, or even better, they're going to remember this and say, hey, you didn't let us do a tribute for our guy who passed away. And, so, yeah, I'm not surprised at all Warner Media backtrack, and it's now allowing AEW not only to let Mark Briscoe allowed to be part of either Dynamite or Rampage going forward, but also they're going to allow the tribute show tonight. Expected to be Mark Briscoe versus Jay Lethal, which it's actually Mark Briscoe's birthday today. He's turning 39. And Jay Lethal was a good friend of them. He was a good foe for them in Ring of Honor. And many other people expect what should have been last week, the tribute show. It could be this week, the tribute show for Mr. Jay Briscoe. So we'll see how that goes tonight. It could be a very special show tonight. Maybe one of those shows where it doesn't matter if you're a babyface or a heel. Everybody's just going to be honoring Jay Briscoe. The characters and the storylines they might get thrown out the window tonight just to honor the life of Jay Briscoe. We'll see how they go. I mean, these shows, I remember when WWE honored Eddie Guerrero. I do remember like Triple H as a heel going out and like not acting like a heel at all, and just like telling the fans to like cheer for Eddie, and then hugging Chris Benoit and crying with him after the match. So we'll see if they go that far as like throwing everything out the window and just having everybody just act the same, and nobody being a heel, nobody being a baby face, and not caring about the storylines. We'll see how far they go in honoring Jay Briscoe tonight. Hopefully they do a good job with it. But definitely going to have that Mark Briscoe, Jay Lethal match. So we'll see how it goes tonight, man, for AEW. Raw WWE Monday Night Raw gets over 2 million views, 2.3 million to be exact. Best viewership in 3 years. A lot of people believe that when they do these special editions where they don't have commercials the first hour, that helps boost the viewership, because people are kept at least the first hour without like walking out, turning away and like flipping the commercial. Let's see what else is on, a basketball game or whatever. So it's a good strategy, and they've been doing that a lot ever since Triple H took over. Especially when, they're struggling with ratings. It's been a good strategy I see Triple H do. The next week, they'll do like a 1 hour special where there's no commercials. And it's a good strategy because then people are less likely to switch to a different channel, at least for the first hour. I just wonder if they can continue to do these, because financially it could, it's probably, I don't know if it's the best. I don't know how that works. I'm sure guys on the top like Nick Khan or Vince McMahon will probably figure that one out. Triple H is not really into the financials, into the company. He's more into the wrestling side, the creative side. But I do wonder if they will continue to do this. They have been doing this the first few months. Triple H has been in charge. Whenever either they have a big show like this one, or the ratings have been bad and they trying to boost the ratings back up, they will do commercial free at first hour. So it was smart, man. And like I said, they ended up with a 0.3 million best Monday Night Raw viewership in 3 years. let's see here. Dark Horsewood said on his podcast, from FTR, he said that when they were in WWE, they didn't get paid that much money. He said we were only getting paid about $175,000, which is a lot of money. But that he considered that bottom dollar to compare to what some other guys were making. But yeah, there's rumors that even a guy like Dolph Ziggler makes like $1 million a year. And the thing is that you do have to pay for your hotels, your airplanes. If you rent a car, that is not paid by WWE. That is paid by the wrestlers. So if you're not making good money and you're traveling, say, 3 times a week, 3 to 5 times a week, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of airplane tickets. That's a lot of hotel rentals. That's a lot of car rentals. So yeah, I can see why maybe, even if you're making a little bit over $100,000 a year, it's not the greatest. Although a lot of people would love to make $100,000 a year, but most people that do are not going to be traveling as much as these guys. These guys are traveling, like I said, they're on the road at least 3 to 5 times a week. So yeah, we'll So yeah, man, he was complaining about it on his podcast. Perhaps I know the contract expired, I believe, in April. So maybe they're already trying to, hey, you better offer me more than $100,000 if you want me back in WWE. Maybe already perhaps trying to maybe start some type of negotiation. WWE, oh shit, so we better, if you're gonna offer me something, you better offer me more than $100,000, at least double it to $300,000 or something. So yeah, maybe that's part of it too, knowing that he could be very soon starting to negotiate with WWE about a potential comeback. Let's see here. The Bella Twins last night once again were on Instagram, and they were sort of explaining why they decided not to go to Raw. And now they were saying they were booked by other people, and the WWE knew about it because they're launching a new show called Bella Says I Do or some shit like that. And that's why they couldn't make it. Where the previous night, it sounded like they were saying they didn't make it because they were mad at the WWE not honoring women enough. They're saying nobody was invited except us and Orlando Blaze. No Lita, no Trish, no Mickey James, no Beth Phoenix. But it seemed like the following day they were saying, no, we couldn't go because we had other events to attend. To me, I think what happened was their manager made a call, their agent, and they were like, hey, you could lose your Legends contract over this. Like, you better at least make a backtrack, some type of an apology or something. I would not be surprised if this was just more like an excuse. Like, we're not going to apologize, but we're at least going to give excuses why we couldn't make it. Yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like this was more of they got a call from somebody and told them, hey, that wasn't very smart. You could have ended up losing that Legends contract. And like I said yesterday, a lot of women, they think that they made it, and then they lose those ties to WWE. And all of a sudden, all the sponsors that were sponsoring them no longer have an interest of sponsoring them once they find out they're no longer with the WWE. So maybe that's what happened in here. It felt like we're not going to apologize, but we're at least going to come up with an excuse why we couldn't make it. So I don't know, man. I don't know. But I will agree there was only they could have invited more women. I don't know what happened. They always seem to at least invite Lita and Trish, and this time they didn't even invite them. And then the cage match with Becky Bailey, that didn't help either. So they could have done a better job with the woman, whether it was have the cage match or a better job of inviting more people and honoring them. My guess is the reason they didn't invite a lot of these women is because they're probably booking them on Saturday for the Royal Rumble, and that's why. And they didn't want to have them come on Monday and then have to come back on Saturday. That's my guess. I do expect that. I would not be surprised if both Lita and Trish make an appearance at the Royal Rumble this Saturday. and that's why they didn't have him on Raw 30. We'll see what happens. Unfortunately, less than a week. They kind of 5 days apart. They freaking landed, right? Raw being on a Monday and Royal Rumble being on a Saturday. So they thought maybe let's just save those for the price at the Royal Rumble. Who knows? And I think that's about it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. And until next time, holla at your boy. What has happened?